Okay, before we get to new material today, just a quick announcement. I want to talk about the announcement from the university about the credit, no credit option. I'm sure school is not the first thing on many of your minds right now with the unusual and difficult semester, and so the university is giving the option of selecting credit or no credit just to make things easier for everyone and hopefully reduce some of the stress. So some things to consider here. Read the full announcement from the university for the final word. Don't take what I say as the final word, but let me just briefly go over the basic idea. If you're already on track to get an A in this class, then you probably want to just stick with the letter grade since it would boost your GPA. If you're on track to get a grade that would reduce your GPA, then you might want to consider this option. But that's not the only factor to consider. So even if the grade you get here would potentially hurt your GPA, you might still want to take the grade because credit, no credit doesn't look the same way to certain future employers or grad school applications or anything that I can't predict what your plans are for the future. However, the whole world obviously knows that many universities are doing this and that circumstances are unusual for the spring 2020 semester, so it's up to you to decide whether or not a credit, no credit will affect your plans in the future. It may affect things like scholarships and financial aid. You'll have to look into that on your own and see what the rules are for your various scholarships or aid packages that you have. But again, please read the full announcement, and there's an FAQ. I've got a link on the next slide. The university is also going to reopen the withdraw deadline, the withdraw option. And so if none of this if the credit, no credit, or even a letter grade option, if none of those make sense to you, then you can simply withdraw. But again, that has its own implications in terms of what it does for your future plans. Here's the URL for the FAQ and other information about this option. So to help you decide what you want to do, and again, you have to make that decision, but think about it first. There's time to think about it first. So to help you decide, I want to give an approximate breakdown of the number of points for the total in this class in the various categories. And that approximate part is very important. This is an estimate and it's subject to change. I don't expect it to change by too much, but just this is the best information I have right now. The project category should have 400 points with a weight of 30%. Assignments should be 780, and that 80 comes from the lecture quizzes for the remainder of the lectures. And that's assuming that there'll be about 10 points each. Some of them may be more, some of them will be less. So, and the assignments category is 30%. The midterm was 100 points at 20%, and the final should be 100 points at 20%. And what's left to be graded are 3 homework assignments, 5, 6, and 7. Those lecture quizzes. Project Phase 2 should be 100 points, is 100 points. Phase 3 will be 200 points. There is a Phase 4. It's 0 points though. We just give you some commands to run in a shell, and you just run them. It should take you 20 minutes or so. And that's just to deploy your web server online so that we can grade it. And then the final exam should be 100 points. So I'm just trying to give you as much information as I can to help you make this decision, but feel free to talk to me more about it. Send me an email. We can set up a Zoom meeting if you want. Don't make any hasty decisions. Think about it first, and let me know if you need any help making that decision. But please go and read the official announcement and the FAQ. They'll have more thorough and accurate information than I do.